my stovetop puffs when I turn it off before it shuts down. It goes puff. So evidently you have a blocked burner. Now this is assuming the LP pressure. If you heard my earlier question about the LP system, it's so crucial that the LP system be delivered the right amount of LP pressure, and that's the job of that regulator that's down near the LP container or on the tongue of the trailer between the two DOT cylinders. That regulator is the hardest working device on an RV. I mention this quite often in my seminars. And basically one of the issues is when that regulator gets out of adjustment, and they all do age, by the way. You got to remember, I said there's a rubber diaphragm inside. That rubber diaphragm will wear out over time. So if you set the pressure today, it's not going to stay at that pressure forever. At some point in time, it's going to weaken, and the pressure will be unregulated or not as regulated as it should be. But the puffing, the fact that it actually creates a little pop or a little puffing noise when the stove goes off, it tells me you might have burners that are partially plugged. If you look at the stovetop burners, they're little bitty ports all the way around. Some of them may be different sizes, but it creates that flame structure that you see when you light a stovetop burner. Some of those ports might get clogged with cooking oils or grease or just dirt and lint over a period of time. You can clean those with a wooden toothpick. This goes back to the old days when we first started mentioning this. You can take a wooden toothpick. If your stovetop is real thin aluminum, you want to take very special care. You don't want to use any type of a metal probe, but you can take the burners off. Typically it's just one screw that holds those stovetop burners in place. Soak them in a dishwater solution for a little bit. Use a soft bristle brush over those ports. Take a little toothpick and maybe poke through all those ports. Don't enlarge the holes at all, but simply see if there's anything blocking any of those ports. That typically is the issue, unless it's an overpressure regulator that's too rich of a mixture. So when you cut the burner off, it's too rich. So there's a little more LP compared to the amount of air that needs to be mixed with that. So I would, number one, check the coach for leaks. Number two, check to make sure that the LP regulator is set properly. This takes a special device called a manometer, and any professional service technician that's certified knows how to do that. And thirdly, clean those burner ports and see if that doesn't improve it.